Hey guys, it's Cindy. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys all the books that I picked up in the month of December from my local library. If you want to see the books that I picked up, please stay tuned. I am filming two videos today. I just got done filming my reading goals for 2018, so I do have the same thing going on. I'll probably go ahead and link that video down below because I'm going to upload that one before this one. I'm just trying to get a couple videos out because I haven't put up a video in about a week and I want to play catch up. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. A lot of these books I do not know that much about, but they are new releases that I was interested in, and I'm going to be reading them from my local library instead of running out to go buy the book because I'm trying to save money right now, and I'm tired of buying books that I'm not completely in love with and then afterwards not knowing what the hell to do with them. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. The first book that I got was Forest of a Thousand Lanterns. It is by Julie C. Dow. I heard that this is, I believe, a Snow White, but like from the Evil Queen's perspective, retelling of that sort. That was like a horrible explanation. But I've heard people say that they really enjoyed this. I'm super excited to read it, and yeah, we'll go ahead and take out my receipt. I don't have my newest receipt, I don't think, but I'm going to try to find it because I've saved like, whoa, that turned my balance all the way off. But I think I've saved over like $1,000 from using my library this year, which is amazing. So that's the first book. Then the second book is one that I've heard quite a few people talk about, and I haven't heard that great of things because the book is mixed with like kind of like a paranormal / contemporary book, but like the paranormal stuff was like the part that people didn't like, but they liked the contemporary aspect of it, and that is Released by Patrick Ness. I was super excited to read this. I read When a Monster Calls, or A Monster Calls, I can't remember, by Patrick Ness a couple months ago. I enjoyed it, but honestly I wasn't completely in love with it like everyone else. So I'm excited to read another one of his novels, and yeah, I really don't know what it's about, but I love the cover. Next I have Words on Bathroom Walls by Julia Walton. I've heard a couple people talk about this book because it does have to do with mental illness. I believe it has to do with schizophrenia, and the main character is dealing with a new trial drug, and I've been wanting to read a lot of more mental awareness books, and I'm really excited to read this. I've heard a couple people talk about it, and I cannot wait to read it. If the lighting isn't okay in this video, please let me know down below because I'm filming this at like 9:30. It's almost 10 o'clock by now. And I'm trying to film later on during the day because it's just the time that I have now for filming, and I only have one of my box lights set up, but if it's not bright enough I can always put up my second one. I just don't have the space for it, but I'll just have to make do and try to move some stuff around. So please let me know down below because it is dark outside and I'm just using one box light at the moment. So the next book I got was R.I.P. Eliza Hart, and this is by Alyssa Shinmel. Again, I have no idea. This was a total cover grab, and a lot of these books I requested, but they just all happened to come at the exact same time. And the next book I actually already returned because I had already read it, and it is I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter. I will put the cover somewhere over here. I read this book and I really liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It has to do with the main character that is dealing with the loss of her older sister. Her older sister basically did everything for her parents, and they were very attached to her and close to her, and now she has to deal with the fact of having to live up to those expectations as a daughter. She ends up finding out that the sister isn't necessarily who she thought she knew and who she was to her parents, and it was just like a really good book. I could really empathize with the main character because of the fact that I am Hispanic. I'm not Mexican, I'm Guatemalan, but a lot of the same sayings and like traditions and stuff were what I have experienced, so it was very nice to read from that sort of perspective. The Disappearances by Emily Bain Murphy. I've heard quite a few people talk about this. This book came out in August, so they put like little stickers on my on the books at my library to say when they came out. And when it first came out, I heard a lot of people talking about this. I just picked this up the other day because of that reason, where there's like, I know it has to do with like a town where people's things keep mysteriously disappearing but nobody really knows where they're going. And I just really wanted to read it because I'm trying to get more into thrillers. Although I don't know when to read them because I'm such a scaredy cat and I can't read them at night, and that's when I do most of my reading, so I'm going to have to like try to read it during the day. And the next book is by an author that I'm trying to get more into. I've heard so many people talk about her books. Unfortunately, they have not talked about this book that pleasantly. It is Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. Again, I was very surprised to see this at my library without me having to request it, because my library is very, very popular and a lot of books go very, very quickly, and I oftentimes have to request my books, but then all of them come at the same damn time, and then I'm stuck with like 30 books and I don't know what to do with my life. But again, I don't know what this is about, but I know Colleen Hoover's name, and I want some like good new adult books, because that's what I'm into right now and that's the mood I'm in, and that's not what I have sitting in front of me, so I hope this is good. Although I think it was like Books and Lala, oh my god, I don't want to quote that, but somebody that I watched gave it like a 1 out of 5 stars, and I checked it out anyways because it's free and I'm not wasting money, and I'm going to try the book out. This book was also one that was very, very, very much spoken about in BookTube. I don't know if it was like a paid promotion going on, or it was just like a hyped up new release, or what was going on with this. But it is All Rights Reserved by Gregory Scott Katsolis. I was gonna say Katsols. And this came out in September. I honestly want to do a lot of are they worth the hype with these books, because a lot of these books are super, super hyped up on BookTube, and this has to do with a kind of like a dystopian world where all the words are copywritten, and no matter what you say you have to pay a fine, so you're basically paying to speak. And the main character basically goes against this by not speaking at all. So it sounds really interesting. I love the cover. I love this like neon green slash yellow color. I love it so much. And this was also a book that I haven't heard that great of things, but it came out this month and I was really interested in it because it has some really good people in it. It has people like Renee Ahdieh, Ray Carson, Katie Cotugno, Brandy Colbert, Lamar Giles, Julie Murphy, Veronica Roth, Saba Tahir, basically just like a lot of good YA authors. It is 3 Sides of the Heart. It is an anthology about love triangles, and I know a lot of people hate love triangles. Why am I so out of focus? There we go. But I know a lot of people hate love triangles, but I decided to give it a go. I'm going to start reading probably like a story a night, because they're not too long. It isn't that long of a book. So yes, I've heard a lot of people that didn't like this book, but I actually like love triangles when they're done properly, but they hardly ever are. Another popular book, Geekerella by Ashley Poston. I was actually going to go meet this author a couple months ago, but I didn't end up going. I wish I would have went, because I didn't know this book was going to be as popular and as loved. This is like a Cinderella retelling where it is based on in a Comic-Con, I believe. I've heard a lot of people say that it's super fast, just like a really cute read. It does look like it's going to be fast because it has a lot of dialogue in it, and I love stories that have a lot of dialogue, a lot of character building, because that's what I'm for. I love character building versus like plot. I mean, I like a good plot too, but I'm not like really into descriptive writing, like overly descriptive writing. I just kind of skim it, like my brain just like it associates it with a textbook, and my brain is just like skim. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. I love the cover. I love this like gradient of the sky. The next book is actually a sequel to a book that I currently own. It is the sequel to The Diabolic, which I have not read yet, but they had the sequel, so I figured I'd read The Diabolic, then read the sequel, but I have so many other books checked out, I don't know what I'm going to do. But this is the sequel to The Diabolic, and I don't know where The Diabolic is. I think it's over there in the pile of books that I want to read for 2018, which is like all of my books. But this is the second book. I know it has to do, well, I know that Diabolic has to do with a main character that basically her job is to protect a person. Like, that is what she's designed to do, and the only way that she can do that in that novel is by becoming that person. So this picks up from there. I saw Reagan from Peruse Project talking very highly about this book as well as the first one, so I'm really excited to read it. The next book is one that I normally wouldn't have picked up, but I did see this on Instagram and people were talking about I believe the ADHD as well as the anxiety rep in this, and again, I am a sucker for anything that has to do with any sort of mental illness. So it is Cat and Meg Conquer the World by Anna Primazza. I hope that's right. Okay guys, I have 6 more books. This is a crazy long library haul. And I know absolutely like nothing about any of these books, so I'm super excited to read them. So the next book is The Bone Witch by Ren Chupeco. I've heard that this has to do with a main character that is, of course, a witch, but she has to do with necromancy, I believe that's how it's pronounced, where it's like witchcraft that has to do with raising the dead. I'm not sure if that's 100% true, but yeah, oh yeah, it is. Her gift for necromancy makes her a bone witch, which are feared and ostracized in her kingdom. I'm really excited to read this. I've been wanting to read this since it came out. I think because of the cover. It's beautiful. I'm not sure if this book is actually a mystery or a thriller. I heard Books and Lala talking about this book recently and she really enjoyed it. Of course, you guys know anything that Books and Lala or Chelsea Doll Reading. I always get her YouTube. It's either Chelsea Reading Doll or Chelsea Dolling Reads. Or Chelsea Doll Reading. Oh my god. Either way, I'll link them down below. But if they recommend something, then I'm just like, here, take my money, take my library card, I will read it. So this is The Hanging Girl by Eileen Cook. I don't know what it's about. I just know that it's a thriller or a mystery, and it has to do with tarot card reading, which I'm super for. I have never gotten my cards read, and I think I'm kind of scared to because I don't know what it's going to say and I'm kind of afraid. So it has little tarot cards in the back. I love this book. It's like dark and mysterious and I love it. So this is another very popular YA author. I haven't read anything from her personally, but it is Jane Unlimited by Kristen Kishore. I know a lot of people like the book Graceling, and I just really like this cover. I heard a lot of people talking about this. This was going to be a monthly book for this book club that I wanted to go to, but like I couldn't get anybody to go with me. Well, look, my library books. This still isn't the newest receipt though, but this one says $1,126 saved. Yes. But that was like super random. But I ended up not going because I couldn't get anyone to go with me. I think once school starts I'm going to start going because I really want to go, even if I have to go by myself, because that's just how it is. But yeah, this is that. And then I have 3 left. The next book I have is Calling My Name by Liana Tamani. I hope that's right. I know it's in cursive and I can read cursive, but still not. I think this says Liara Tamani. Yes. So this is the book, and I don't know what this is about. I think it's just like a good contemporary read. She looks very sad in the picture, so I'm not sure if it's like a deeper contemporary, which I love deeper contemporaries if it is. I know that this hasn't gotten that great of ratings, but I'm interested in reading it. It is very short and it'll just be like a very fast read for me. This book is one that I'm super excited to read. It is Now Is Everything by Amy Giles. I hope that's how you say the last name. I get confused if it's Giles or Giles. If it's pronounced like Lamar Giles and Amy Giles. But this is a deeper contemporary and it is told in both the present and the past, so it's like alternating chapters between what is going on now and what's going on then. It has to do with a main character. Her name is Hadley, and basically Hadley is helping her protect her little sister because her little sister is being abused by their stepfather. I believe it is their stepfather. No, it's actually the father. And Hadley ends up going through a tragic accident, ends up being in the hospital, so it's saying like what happened before the accident and currently. I'm really excited to read this. It clearly has to do with a lot of more deeper tones in YA that aren't often discussed. So, and on top of that, I love the sky in this. My little sister said that this was like her favorite cover that I grabbed at the library. Last book is The Last Known Sorrow by Kristen Ciccarelli, and it is a fantasy novel that has to do with dragons. That's all I really know about it. That's all I needed to know about it. I am getting more into fantasy lately. I don't know why I'm poking my pinky out. But I am getting more into fantasy lately, but it does take me a little bit longer to read because of the fact that it has so much world building and so many more complex names, especially the names because I suck at names, and a lot of terminology, and it just takes me a little bit longer to read, but I do really enjoy it. So this is the last book that I picked up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As you guys can see, I've been going really crazy at my library. I've been loving it. They've been having a lot of new releases and I'm super excited. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys picked up any books from your local library, or if you've read any of these, please let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!